Care Services, because there's no place like home.
Good Saturday morning. Mike McGann here with you as I always am. And I'm very excited because this is one of my very favorite times of the weekend, my favorite times of the whole week, actually, because I am in the studio with one of my favorite people. And I am talking about Andrea Albertini, who owns Horizon Care Services. This is Limitless Health Horizons. And you can learn a lot more about Horizon Care Services by checking out horizoncareservices.com or calling 561-776-7757. 561-776-7757. We're entering the horizon. Andrea.
I love it. Good morning, everybody.
It's always so good to see you. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
That is
I'm
wonderful to hear.
How are you doing, Mike?
Well, I'm doing very, very well myself. Thank you. Lots going on. But when it comes to Horizon Care Services, I know there's more than ever, because there's such a need for quality home care. There's such a need for the long-term care aspects, for finding the right assisted living facility. There is a lot that Horizon Care Services does. So before we get to today's guest, who I'm very excited for because I love what they bring to the table, let's talk a bit about Horizon Care Services and what sets you apart, Andrea, from all the other ones out there.
Actually, every week I come here, Mike, I always have something else to share.
You always do. I love it.
When it comes to Horizon, as you know, we're so concierge, that we're here to help the family from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. So we had a very special request this week. We had an Indian descent family from India. Yes. And we took care of the lady. And unfortunately, she passed. Okay. She was with us for a while, and she passed away. And the husband loved us so much and loved our nurses and loved everybody that he actually asked one of my nurses to come and do the ritual, the Bay ritual.
Wow.
Yes, the bathe and blessing ritual with the body this morning. It was an honor for Horizon Care Services to be able to do that. And it was an honor for Rebecca Stravakas, which is our administrator, and she's also an RN, and now she's a registered nurse. And it was absolutely amazing. So every day in my business, it's such a surprise every week of the requests that we get from families. And this is the support that we give them. Yeah. It's anything and everything that they need, that they want for them to comfort the family, or anything at all that we can do to make the transition that they need. Yeah. We are here.
And it says so much, not only for Horizon Care Services as a company, but for the people that work there, the caregivers, the staff. Yes. To have that kind of a relationship, that close of a relationship with the family, that they would say, would you please accept this responsibility / honor?
It was.
And that it's another part of it, but it says so much for the people involved and how Horizon Care Services see the human beings that you work with and help. Because I've known you a long time, Andrea, and you see the human beings you work with as human beings, not as numbers, not as... They are people with families and loved ones and individual needs that you fulfill better than anyone, because you do it understanding their humanity.
Absolutely. And it's like I said, it was such an honor. And when my staff asked me, do you mind if I do that? I'm like, absolutely not. Yeah. And I help her get her hair done and help her get her makeup done. Rebecca, not the funeral home. Right. They wanted the nurse to do it. They didn't want us to do it. So we always go beyond, beyond. You tell me what you need, because we are here in the elder care business. That's what we hear. We're here in the healthcare business. So whatever they need, we are here. We're here for them, for everybody.
Excellence in private duty home care. I mean, it's baked right into the name, but it's also so true of you and your family and of course, everyone involved in Horizon Care Services. You can learn more again by heading on over to horizoncareservices.com. or by calling 561-776-7757, 561-776-7757. Now, one of the really cool things about Horizon Care Services is the partnerships that you have, Andrea, because you choose the best partners going to fulfill all kinds of needs. We've talked about the pharmacies. We've talked about other care. There are so many people that you've kind of brought into the fold to make such a well-rounded care picture. And today, we've got somebody really interesting here.
Yes, we do. And I'll be bringing so much more into the show.
Right.
So please don't miss it every Saturday morning at 10:30 to 11.
You can miss a really important service. I mean, it's incredible.
You really could. Yep.
The people that you've brought in and just how many bases are covered. And this is a really cool one because this is such a necessary service, but it's one that I didn't even know existed.
Most people don't. If you're
Right.
not in this industry, you don't.
Yeah, this is so
And
cool.
that's why I go around learning as much as I can about everyone that's available in the community that we can use it for our patients and also can share on the radio show.
Today, this is a good one because this is an issue that affected both of my parents in their way, and we're gonna get into exactly what that's about. But I like the story of how this particular business came to be, and we're talking about Onspot Dermatology. Dermatology brought to you. I love that concept. You can learn more by heading over to onspotdermatology.com. That's Onspot, O-N-S-P-O-T, dermatology.com. And with us today is Makayla Scalli, who is a partner success representative there. Makayla, hi. Welcome to Limitless Health Horizons.
Hello. How you doing today?
Outstanding. We're doing great because what a great energy she has.
She's awesome. Yeah.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. This is very exciting.
No, we're very excited to have you here. So, Makayla, let's talk a little bit about Onspot Dermatology. What exactly is it all about, and how did it get started? Because I love that story.
Absolutely, yeah. So basically what we are a mobile dermatology practice. We go into 55 plus communities. We go into assisted living facilities. We also work with county governments. And what we do is bring our full service practice right on site, and we can do anything from full body skin cancer exams. We can take biopsies, remove moles, do liquid nitrogen treatments. We even have the ability to do surgical and cosmetic procedures. So we really do the whole shebang. We go through insurance, of course, so it doesn't have to be out-of-pocket costs, except we do have that if you don't have medical coverage. Okay. We have been in business for about 2 years now. Our founding physician, Dr. Alan Harrington, saw an issue in COVID with 2020 with people not wanting to go into doctor's offices. And a lot of people just stopped caring about their dermatology needs. And over 80% of people will not see a dermatologist in their lifetime, which is a staggering.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I'm not kidding.
80% in their lifetime?
In their entire lifetime will not see a dermatologist.
And that blows my mind. It's funny because when I was a kid, I remember learning, one of the first things you learn is when you're learning organs, right?
Yep.
That the skin is the largest organ.
It sure
right?
is.
But understanding the ramifications of that, because people talk about skin cancer and it's like, oh, it's just skin cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It is something that is affecting, let's say it again, the largest organ in your body. Yep. It can spread rapidly. I know people who have had skin cancers and had to have extensive work to have lymph nodes removed to deal with this. I know people that have been scarred from things around this. Early detection, finding it when you can, and having that be mobile.
Yep.
What a powerful combination. And it's so much more necessary than I ever thought when I was younger.
Yes, people just didn't realize how important it is to get this kind of care.
Yes.
And even just 5 sunburns can increase your risk for getting skin cancer.
This is Florida. We all get that by the time we're like 7 years old.
Yep. It really is crazy. And 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer by the age of 70. Which is just crazy information, and people just wouldn't know that. So I think that's a great way where Onspot comes into play, because we come right into your community. We're right there. You take your golf cart, you just drive up, and then you see our provider, and you get your skin taken care of in about 15 minutes, and then that's it. And hey, if we do find something that needs to be taken care of, we can do that procedure for you. Whether it be an excision or Mohs surgery, we have the ability to do it all.
Now, one of the questions that I think is one that people would certainly raise is, I'm going to be out there kind of in front of people, right? Is that what it's like?
No. So we have 7 mobile units, and these are 40-foot state-of-the-art vehicles.
Yeah, I've seen the picture.
Yeah,
Very
no, it's
impressive.
very cool. So we have, depending on the vehicle, we have 2 to 4 private exam rooms. So
Oh,
you're
wow.
you're not changing
You're
in
right
front of
there.
anybody. I do understand the concept seems a little funky if you're not used to it. But it is, we take you onto our vehicle, we put you into a private exam room.
I love that.
Yeah, your intake is done by the medical assistant, and then you're seen by one of our providers, and all of your concerns are discussed and addressed. And if you need treatment, we can do it right there.
It's all at once. That's amazing.
Yep, it's amazing.
I would never have expected that. Now, how often, I'm not looking for specific facts and figures
Yep.
here, but is it common for someone to come in and have Onspot say, you've got something that is an area of concern?
Absolutely. It happens every day.
Really?
Yep, we have to take biopsies all the time. It might seem a little intimidating, but it really isn't something to be concerned about.
Right.
You know, if skin cancer can be caught early on enough, it can be treated and taken care of, and you will have a long life expectancy. It just needs to be caught, and it can be easily treated.
What are some of the typical symptoms of skin cancer that people might not be aware of? What should people be looking for, and what should they be reaching out to Onspot for if they have questions?
It's a fantastic question.
Why, thank you.
Yes. So the emphasis on...
It's so interesting a concept. I
love
just
it.
love this discussion. So
I know. So what to really look for is a spot that's new,
okay.
changing, and unusual. So if something just pops up on your skin and it starts to grow in size and the color starts to change, that's when you might want to reach out and see your dermatology provider.
Okay.
And if it's like a mole or birthmark that you've had, but then it starts to grow or the texture starts to change, again, that's when you need to reach out just to get it checked out. It could be nothing, but it's really better to be safe than sorry.
And that's so interesting to me, the concept that there can be something you've always had that then is becoming something else. You know,
Yeah.
You have to be aware of that. Are there anything you'd suggest as far as people kind of keeping an eye on themselves? How often should people be checking?
Oh yeah. I mean, you absolutely should do self checks, on yourself. At least once a month. It's recommended to see a dermatologist once or twice a year, depending on how prone you are to getting skin cancer, whether it runs in the family or not. But yeah, you should try to check your skin once a month. Okay. And we always recommend using sunscreen, and not just any sunscreen. You need to be using 30 SPF or more. Wow. And a mineral sunscreen. Because then there's some that just have some chemicals that don't do you any good.
Right.
So
Minerals can actually physically block.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep. And zinc oxide. That's,
sure.
highly recommend.
The classic that you see on people's noses all the time.
I know, it looks silly, but come on. You got to take care of yourself.
It's life-saving.
It sure is.
That's a sacrifice worth making.
And one of our slogans is 15 minutes can save your life, because we can do a skin cancer exam in 15 minutes.
Really?
And we might find something. And if you didn't come and see us, you might not have known.
You might not know.
Yeah.
That's right, because they're subtle. I mean, you really got to pay attention. You can learn more by visiting onspotdermatology.com, onspotdermatology.com. Now, when it comes to aging, one of the big things, and I know this is something we've talked about quite a bit, Andrea, is dignity. And people get used to a very specific lifestyle, a specific look. I mean, we want to look good as we age. Look, I'm on stage all the time. I want to maintain a certain level of look well into my 90s if possible, for as long as I plan to be on stage, right?
Of course.
And, when it comes to that, and Makayla, you mentioned a few other services that you do, cosmetic procedures and so on.
Yeah.
And just looking at it, I see some fillers and some things like that. What are some of the other services that you provide that are more in line with, hey, let's keep our lifestyle going the way we want to look and feel?
Absolutely. Look good, feel good,
It's very true.
Absolutely. So we do offer fillers. We can do Botox. We can do microneedling and chemical peels.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't know, but we do it
A
all.
mobile station for that?
Yeah.
What's not to love about this?
And they're usually going more into communities, right?
Yep.
Do
A lot of the time
do they go to their home, like if somebody needs something, or the boss have to be going into a community only?
So we, for the most part, go to the clubhouse at a community, at a 55-plus community, and we do have a wheelchair lift for those who can't use the stairs.
That's wonderful.
And we can just bring them right on the vehicle. Yep. But it is, for the most part, we get stationed in the clubhouse parking lot because it is a really big truck. It can't exactly fit in
It's
people's driveways.
It's not a truck, it's a bus.
Yeah, I'm looking at
it's
the picture.
huge.
It is. It's like a party bus.
Yeah, and I think that one of the things that the listeners, I just wanted the listeners to understand how to get your services.
Yes.
And if any of you out there are living in a gated community, in around Palm Beach County or Broward County, and you want the service to come into your community, then you can contact Makayla.
Sure. The number to call is 941-444-0011. What an easy number to remember. 941-444-0011. Reach out, and they'll be able to talk a bit, probably with your community, find out what the standards are, make sure they can get in, get access set up, and get it set that way.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But I think what a way to do it in a community. Have like a health day where you bring Onspot Dermatology in as kind of part of it.
Yeah.
You can be a part of something so special that way.
Yes, absolutely.
What led you, Andrea? Because I know you tend to work with the best of the best here. What brought you to Onspot Dermatology?
So I do a lot of work in Bell and Isles Country Club, which I absolutely love, and I actually have 4 friends who lives there, and amazing people.
Right.
And I was invited to do this health event, and I met Makayla. She had a booth next to me,
Right.
and I'm like, oh, this is very interesting because I can bring you into my communities.
Right.
This is amazing because I have never heard of a mobile dermatology.
Brand new to me, too.
It's brand new to me with this beautiful, amazing bus, very clean. I thought that was amazing. So that's how Makayla and I start talking. And I said, I would love for you to come to my show because I would love the listeners to learn about your services. I think it's amazing, especially here, that the sun can be brutal, Well,
the sun can be brutal. And beyond that, there's the cancer side is obviously an incredible service to make sure that you're okay on that, don't have any of that going on. But when it comes again to looking a certain way, besides things like Botox and fillers, I'm looking here, I see psoriasis, eczema.
Yeah.
There are other things that you can work with and treat as well. Let's talk a bit about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of people have issues with eczema, psoriasis, or just dry and itchy skin. And those are things that we can assess and treat.
Okay.
We can prescribe medication, whether it be a topical ointment or an oral tablet. We can prescribe that to you and get it taken care of. Sometimes people need to be seen more than once.
Sure.
We can do follow-up appointments just to make sure things are right on track. But that's one of the biggest things that people come in for, that and then just the general screening.
This is a very comprehensive set.
Yeah.
There's really not a whole lot you don't do when it comes to skin.
Yeah. That's it. The only thing we don't do is lights and lasers, and that's it.
That is right. I love that. The number to call again is 941-444-0011 for Onspot Dermatology. We're talking to Makayla Scalli, a partner success representative there. She's got such a great personality.
She does. I love her.
I'm having a blast with her.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. Come on.
And I'm going to tell you something here that I don't know if I should say or not. But when she first came in, she said she'd never done this before.
Never.
And it's mind-blowing because she's so good at this.
I know.
I'm having a blast. I'm not going to lie.
We can
This is
tell.
cool.
And she's so good with the patients. When the patients come to sign up, at the bus and everything.
Right.
That's my favorite part.
She's so
Well,
comforting.
that was my next question really is, you have a lot of passion for this.
Absolutely.
Where does that come from?
I have family members who have been diagnosed with skin cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my mother to cancer, and this is just something that helps me be involved and give back and be a part of a cancer patient's journey, and also just be able to, for those who didn't think about it, we actually found a melanoma in a 25-year-old, and I'm 25. And that just makes you really think, oh my gosh, you have to be on top of this. You got to take care of yourself. Yeah. And I'm just really passionate about helping people and just being involved in their healthcare journeys. And this just seemed like the perfect job for me.
And it is.
It is.
It's like it's really.
She's great.
She's amazing. Are there any particular stories that you can share with us without violating any HIPAA laws? That of someone that maybe you caught something at a good time, or someone share a story with us.
I do have a good story. It was what I just mentioned. We went into a a community, and we saw a lot of their golf caddies. So these people
yeah.
are out in the sun all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of them happened to be a 25-year-old male, and he went to the dermatologist 2 years ago. He had a spot in his arm, and they said it was nothing, and okay. And then he comes back to us, and we did the exam, and our provider was like, that looks a little suspicious to me, let's take a biopsy. It did come back as an aggressive form of melanoma.
Wow.
And we were able to get him in treated with Mohs surgery right away. And yes, it was scary in the beginning, but he is set to be fine.
What's the prognosis typically for skin cancer? I mean, it's something that people don't realize can actually be fatal.
It absolutely could, but if you catch it early on enough, you will be okay. It just has to be treated and caught early enough. But if you catch it too late, if this gentleman waited longer, I don't know what the expectancy would have been, but he's set to be fine.
So you got to be vigilant. I mean, take care of yourself, but understand there is help with that.
Yeah.
And that's where Onspot Dermatology definitely comes in for your community. Go ahead and make that call, 941-444-0011. I mean, you're doing a good turn for your neighbors as well by making this happen. It's a community.
Yes.
And I mean, Horizon Care Services obviously serves the community by bringing some really wonderful people into the fold. And I've got to tell you, Onspot's another home run for you, Andrea.
I know. I'm so
We're happy to have found each other.
Yes, yes.
I want to talk a bit about, and we've discussed this briefly before, but why you are so passionate about this, Andrea, that you put this company together and you continue. I know how hard you work to keep on making it better and better and bring more people into it and make it more comprehensive. And even, well, this almost sounds like an oxymoron, more limitless. Let's talk a bit about, again, why that means so much to you.
Mike, I love it. I'm a caregiver. I am so, everything to me, I think, what is it called in the word in English? Humanitarian?
You are very humanitarian.
Listen, I have a property in Bimini in the Bahamas. Yeah. And the first day I went over there, I'm riding my golf cart, and I see those dogs with, that they're like lost.
It's a huge problem there.
And they haven't eaten, right? So I'm waiting for a conch salad. And I left my friends over there, hopped on my golf cart, and went to find food, containers, and I got a bottle of water for the dog.
Yep.
I got treats for the dog, got food for the dogs. I'm a caregiver.
You are.
I love people. I love to help. I love to assist. It's my heart.
It is.
And
I mean, you wear it on your sleeve with this, which, in a lot of cases, it's so positive in this case. That explains the longevity of Horizon Care Services. It explains the longevity of the people that work with you and for you. I mean, 60% have been there since the beginning, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
And that says so much for the atmosphere that you create and you pass on. Because I know for you, it's about family, and it's about seeing the people that you take care of as families and as people.
Absolutely, because we become their family.
You do.
The family, the children rely on us.
I think that's one of the biggest things is that, when people have parents who are older, they still need to live their own lives. We've got our parents, we've got our lives, and they would want us to live those lives the best we can, right?
Right.
And that involves being able to trust the people that come into a home and take care of their parents.
Takes a leap of faith.
Let's talk about the peace of mind that Horizon Care Services can bring like that, because I think it's such a key factor here.
Oh, absolutely. It's the way we select our caregivers. We have liability insurance. We have workers' comp. We hold them accountable. We make sure that, we don't have call-outs, that the patient is never alone, left alone. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have done this so well with such a nice, well-oiled machine, Mike.
Yes, it really is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That, it takes a leap of faith.
Right.
For someone to call and say, I need a caregiver to my mom.
100%.
It's not easy, okay? But for us, it's easy because we have wonderful reviews Google can tell you
they're great.
More than I can, I guess, you know.
Check them out.
Yes. And our Facebook reviews.
Yes.
And in a community. I mean, if you could just Google Horizon Care Services and Google Andrea Albertini, you kind of get the whole story there.
Yeah, you do. So. Now, I know the story, being friends with you for as long as I have been, but there's a lot out there, but there's no one like Horizon Care Services. You live up to your name every single time. And it's so powerful. HorizonCareServices.com or 561-776-7757. And then Onspot Dermatology, you can call Onspot, talk to Makayla, 941-444-0011, or check out onspotdermatology.com. Again, a lot of it is involved with communities and so on. And to me, that is such a great benefit. They will come right to your community. They will bring that. You've got to see it. I mean, it's a mobile medical vehicle, but I mean, it looks like a place that I would like to take around the country on a vacation. You know, it's gorgeous. There's privacy in the rooms. They offer all kinds of different services, whether it's that check to make sure you don't have a skin cancer or treat it if you do have an early one, whether it's removing a mole or a lesion or dealing with acne or eczema or psoriasis, Mohs surgery, Botox, dermal fillers, all under one mobile roof. What an incredible service that is. And now it's working right with Horizon Care Services to make sure that everything is as well-rounded as it can possibly be. That is why Horizon Care Services is as successful. And that is why so many people trust Horizon Care Services, to the point that we had that story like earlier on, seeing them as family, seeing it as one unit, really.
Absolutely. From beginning to end. Beginning to end.
That's excellence in private duty home care. That's what Horizon Care Services is all about. And it's really amazing because we're essentially out of time at this point. How does that even happen? And it goes by this fast.
It always does.
We had a lot of fun.
We do have a lot of fun. And
sure do.
I'm telling you, for your first time doing this,
hey.
I mean, it's amazing. Her attitude and personality, she shines in much the same way you do, Andrea.
Thank you, Mike.
I appreciate that.
But it's what it's all about. Onspot Dermatology. It is literally just like it says, is dermatology brought to you, full service dermatology practice right to your community. 941-444-0011 and onspotdermatology.com. And of course, Horizon Care Services. Couldn't do it without them. HorizonCareServices.com or 561-776-7757. My friend Andrea Albertini, you do such wonderful work, and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Mike. I love the show, and I love sharing this afternoon with you, this morning actually with you. What am I talking about?
Hey, listen, it's great stuff, but I mean, we have so much fun in here. It's so shiny. It feels like it's later in the day.
I agree.
That's how it goes.
The sun's shining, though. It looks pretty.
What's not to love about it? It is.
Oh, yeah. Sun's shining. It's a beautiful day, people.
It is. That's South Florida. We live in paradise, but the thing about that sunshine is sometimes you got to be careful with the long-term effects of it. So, Onspot Dermatology. This has been Limitless Health Horizons on Legends 100.3. Mike McGann, Andrea Albertini, Makayla Scalli today. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
And thank you for being a part of this program. HorizonCareServices.com, 561-776-7757. And their contributions continue because right after this, it's the Local Artist Spotlight brought to you by Horizon Care Services. And I got a great lineup of local artists today.
I love it. Can't wait.
That's it. Stick around for great music here on Legends 100.3. Happy Saturday.
Horizon Care Services, because there's no place like home.